Every second you spend comparing your life to someone else's is a second spent wasting yours. The Clockmaker's Silent Spring. In the heart of the bustling town of Oakhaven, there lived a humble clockmaker named Marcus. For decades, Marcus was known as a master of his craft. He didn't just build clocks, he created tiny, mechanical heartbeats. He could make miniature brass gears dance together so perfectly that they could predict the exact second the sun would peak over the horizon. His small shop was a symphony of sound, filled with the steady, comforting tick-tock of 100 different wooden clocks. For many years, Marcus was a truly happy man. He took pride in the scent of polished cedar and the soft glow of candlelight reflecting off copper pendulums. However, everything changed on a cold Tuesday morning when a new shop opened directly across the street. The sign above the door read in bold, silver letters, "The Grand Chronos." The owner of this rival shop was a man named Julian. Julian did not use simple wood or copper. Instead, he sold clocks encrusted with shimmering diamonds and plated in 24-karat gold. Soon, wealthy kings and famous explorers began to visit Julian. Every single morning, Marcus stood by his dusty window, hidden behind a curtain, and watched the expensive carriages stop at the shop across the street. The shadow of comparison. Slowly but surely, Marcus stopped looking at his own beautiful creations. Instead of focusing on his workbench, he spent his hours staring outside with a heavy heart. "Look at Julian's gold," Marcus would whisper to the empty room. "Look at his fame and his elegant clothes. My clocks are just simple pieces of wood. My life is gray and dull compared to his sparkling world." Because Marcus was so distracted by Julian's success, his own work began to suffer. He started to make careless mistakes. He forgot to oil the tiny steel springs, and he neglected to wind the heavy brass pendulums. One by one, the clocks in his shop began to lose time. Eventually, they stopped moving altogether. The beautiful, rhythmic melody of his shop turned into a heavy, suffocating silence. The wasted seconds. One rainy afternoon, a kind, elderly woman entered the shop. She wanted a simple pocket watch repaired for her grandson's graduation. She found Marcus sitting alone in the dark, staring through the glass at a grand party being held by Julian across the street. Music and laughter drifted over from the golden shop. "Sir," the woman said softly, trying to get his attention. "My watch has stopped ticking." Marcus didn't even turn his head. "Why do you want this old, wooden thing fixed?" he asked bitterly. "Go across the street to the Grand Chronos. Julian's watches are made of solid gold. They are much better than mine." The woman walked closer and placed her hand firmly on the wooden counter. "I don't want gold, Marcus. I want a watch that works, made by a man who cares. But it seems you are so busy living Julian's life that you have forgotten how to live your own." Marcus froze. He looked around his silent, dark shop. He realized he had spent the last 3 months comparing his simple life to Julian's shiny life. In those 90 days, he hadn't created a single new gear. He hadn't felt the joy of the wood in his hands. He hadn't just lost time, he had murdered it. The new rhythm. Marcus took a deep, shaky breath. He finally turned away from the window and looked at the woman. "I am sorry," he whispered. He picked up the woman's watch, lit a single candle, and began to work. He focused entirely on the tiny screws and the delicate, silver hairspring. He ignored the noise from the party across the street. He even pulled the curtains shut so he couldn't see the gold anymore. By the time the moon rose, the watch was ticking perfectly. Marcus felt a spark of genuine happiness that he hadn't felt in months. He realized a profound truth: Julian's gold didn't make Marcus's wood any less beautiful. They were simply different stories, and Marcus was the author of his own. From that day on, Marcus never looked out the window again. He understood that every second spent wishing for someone else's life is a second of your own life that you can never get back.